Hello everybody, it is now time for case 57 of criminal cases and conspiracy. Reap what you sow. Matthew, life sure hasn't been boring since we discovered a conspiracy at the heart of Grimsboro. We thought our hands were full with Ad Astra, whose reach extended to the top of the city, and who developed superhuman powers to boot. But turns out there's a bigger mastermind above them, Denise Daniels, the former head of Sarah and also Rosetta's mom. Who knows where any of these people are now, or what they're capable of. Well, I got a lead on one of them, Christian Bateman, the Ad Astran with freezing powers. He just bought a helicopter. Bateman bought a helicopter? Matthew, could this be how the Ad Astrans are planning their getaway? We've got to stop them. Kathy, ping us the address. Matthew and I have to get to that chopper now. And you're going to notice that I have changed up my animal, my pet, to equip. You're going to see I have the hyena on, just for extra XP and some extra cards. Christian Bateman. Matthew, that body lying there, it's Christian Bateman. He's dead. There's weird green froth around his mouth and a dart in his chest. Was it spiked with something lethal? Martine'll know, but it's already clear that Bateman was murdered. Was he killed while trying to escape on his chopper? Was it Denise Daniels' doing? Maybe the clues you found will help. That's Bateman's phone. The screen background's him and his dead mother. Unlocking it might give us some answers. And we better tape up that torn paper just in case. Matthew, we wanted to find a clue about Ad Astra from Bateman's chopper, not his dead body. Hopefully investigating his murder will also shed light on the whole conspiracy. Hold on, everybody. Okay, I've got me a few stars. Let's see if I can unlock the next crime scene at least. Maybe I can also get a lot of stars and complete the rest of this on my own dime. Yes. Matthew, that's Bateman's recent calls list. And look, his last call was to Eowyn Caffrey. That's his childhood friend and the iPair CEO. You're right. We know Bateman uses freezing powers on Caffrey, who was understandably furious about it. We better find out what this call to Caffrey was about. Mr. Caffery, sorry to bother. Ah, Senior Trooper Matthew, as you can see, I'm convalescing after those vile injuries I sustained from that fool Bateman. Well, we're actually here regarding Mr. Bateman. He was found murdered earlier this evening. Christian? Murdered? Yes, and the last call he made was to you. What did he want? No idea. He was so incoherent I couldn't understand him, so I hung up. And now he's dead. You were pretty mad when Mr. Bateman tried to freeze you. Are you sure you didn't want to hurt him in revenge? If you're implying that I killed him, you're barking up the wrong tree, Senior Trooper Matthew. Of course I was irate when he used his crazy freezing technology on me, but Baby Boy was my oldest friend. In fact, he did just as nasty things to me when we were kids, and I always forgave him. I never hurt the poor chap. Greensboro Railroad Company. It's a ticket, looks like. Matthew, this is a subway ticket to Newmark Station, which is less than a mile from this helipad. And look at the timestamp. This ticket was used about an hour ago. We found this ticket at Bateman's helipad. Does this mean he, or his killer, was at the Newmark subway? We better look around the station just in case. Alright, let's see if I can get an extra star. I know I'm going to have to do some more work, but at least let me try and unlock all crime scenes. Stained sweater. Got it. Briefcase. This happens to be Christian Bateman's briefcase. Matthew, that's Bateman's briefcase. Those are his initials. So he was at the subway before he died. Let's see what's inside. And this is Bateman's sweater. You're right. That green stain looks just like the foam around Bateman's mouth. The killer must have grabbed his sweater after murdering him and discarded it here. We need to get a sample of that foam to be sure. Now I have to get some more stars, so sit tight everybody. Okay, I got myself up to 12 stars. I only have 7 minutes left in my day. So I'm going to have to kind of hightail things. Got it. Passport. Matthew, there was a passport in Bateman's briefcase. Let's have a look at it. It's got Bateman's photo in it, but the name's Rhett Ellis, and it's for a British national. It's a fake. There's also a sticky note attached to the passport. It says, Christian, hope this helps. Whoever wrote this note must have procured the fake passport for Bateman. Let's find a match for the handwriting. Wonder if it's Denise Daniels. Whew! Just got the 9 in time and it's Trudy Lively instead, the lawyer. The handwriting on the sticky note and the passport was Trudy Lively's, Matthew. She's Bateman's lawyer. Lively got Bateman an early release from jail, and she also represented his fellow Ad Astra Louis LaRue. With LaRue, Lively refused to forge documents, but it seems she changed her tune for Bateman. She has some explaining to do. You again, Senior Trooper Matthew. Unless another client is dead, this will have to wait. As it happens, Christian Bateman has been murdered. Christian's dead? Yes, and it seems you went the extra mile to help this particular client of yours. We found his fake passport, and we know it was all your doing. I suppose I can't deny it now. Christian asked me to procure forged passports for him and his friends. Initially I said no, but then Bateman offered me more money than I could refuse. So you accepted a bribe. What else do you know about Bateman and his friends' plans? Nothing. I wanted to know as little as possible. Plausible deniability, you know. So you risk your career for money, but you won't cooperate with the police. Miss Lively, you're going straight into custody. Got it. Let's see what Amir can find out from the foam on Bateman's sweater, Matthew. Okay. Well, this is 9 hours. Okay. And that'll do. I'll let these two run their courses. And for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Okay, folks, we have returned. The autopsy has done. I'm back home from the basketball game. Hawaii versus Cal Poly, and Hawaii won. Matthew, I heard your latest victim has been a major pain in the derriere these past months. Yes, he was bad enough before he got his freezing powers, but then those powers did quite a number on his insides. I've never seen a brain like his. I'll need to examine it further. Anyway, about Bateman's murder. He was shot with an animal tranquilizer, Matthew. And not just any tranquilizer, M99, an opioid compound 10 times more powerful than morphine. M99 is usually used to sedate large animals, but even one single drop of it can be lethal to humans. Your victim would have died almost instantaneously. Okay, we'll look out for our tranquilizer gun. Anything else you can tell us? Well, the fact that the tranquilizer dart was shot bang in the middle of the victim's heart shows that your killer is a skilled shooter. So we're hunting a sharpshooter, Matthew, but when we find our murderer, we'll be the ones shooting them straight into prison.
Some parents are choosing to fight the police.
Another green, excuse me. Don't worry, Jas. I'll give you a massage later and you'll feel loads better. Oh, sorry, Matthew. That was Jasper. He's been really stressed recently. These are stressful times, Amir. He's lucky he has you to look after him. I guess. Anyway, as you expected, that foam sample from Bateman's sweater matches what was frothing out of his mouth. So it was the killer who took the sweater after murdering Bateman. Yes, and I detected corticosteroids in the foam, which are used to combat allergies to shellfish, things like shrimps and lobster. Matthew, you remember Bateman chomping on a shrimp cocktail when investigating his mother's murder, so he can't have been the one needing this anti-allergy medication. Right you are, which means it's your killer who's allergic to shellfish. Well, I can't say there will be a lot of expensive lobster for our killer to avoid in the prison cafeteria, Matthew. Matthew, it's so hard to believe a nemesis like Bateman's actually dead. I wonder what other surprises we have in store. Well, I've got a surprise for you, Matthew. I just got a call on my tablet. It's Rosetta Pierre. Rosetta? What's made her come out of the woodwork? Don't know, but she'll only talk to you, Matthew. Senior Trooper Matthew, don't try to trace this call. You won't find me. Oh yeah? We found out plenty about you already, including that Denise Daniels is your mother. But you got some nerve calling us like this, just as we find one of your comrades murdered. That's exactly why I'm calling. I want you to know where you're at with the investigation. How did you know Bateman was murdered? I have my sources just as you have yours. What was Bateman doing with that helicopter? Were you Ad Astra's hoping to hightail it from Grimsboro? Well, the cat's out of the bag, so I might as well tell you. A couple of days ago, Christian pitched this helicopter idea as a way for us to make our getaway. I told him we had to lie low for at least another week before we'd be safe to escape. But he didn't listen and bought his chopper anyway, and look what happened. Anyway, this conversation's been a waste of my time. Gotta go. Wait, Rosetta! Darn it, she hung up. So, Matthew, one Ad Astra bites the dust, and another comes out of hiding. Sort of. Someone shot Christian Bateman with a tranquilizer gun right next to the helicopter he bought for the Ad Astrans getaway. All our suspects so far are people who knew him. Eoin Caffery has been friends with Bateman since they were kids, and Trudy Lively was his corrupt lawyer. Then there's Rosetta, a fellow Ad Astra. She called us, so we have no idea where she actually is. Matthew, good news. I worked out the number Rosetta used, so you can call her when you want. And as for location, I may have something. I tracked the GPS history on Christian Bateman's phone, and I found Ad Astra's secret hideout. We'll see in Chapter 2. Do not go anywhere. Okay, we are back. Let's start Chapter 2 of Reap What You Sow.
Taken to the hospital in stable condition.
I tracked the GPS history on Christian Bateman's phone, and I think I found Ad Astra's secret hideout. Do you know where Ad Astra are hiding? Lead the way, Kathy. Hold your horses, Jones. Don't forget that the Ad Astras have superpowers now. Rosetta can emit electricity, the mayor is telekinetic, and Julia Bryan can poison you. You're right, Rita. How are we going to do this? Use this can of sleeping gas to make the Ad Astrans unconscious, so they won't be able to attack you when you enter their hideout. and you'll need masks to protect yourselves from the gas. Rita, it's probably best if you come with me and Matthew to the hideout and make sure we do everything right. Well, this is gonna be good. Matthew, according to Kathy, the hideout is behind this door. Okay, I'll throw the sleeping gas through the vents as soon as we put our gas masks on. Done. Activate the gas. We're going in. Oh gosh. What's this god-awful siren, Matthew? Looks like we set off a security alarm. We need to find and disable the alarm before it puts the hideout on lockdown.
This is a money pit, right? $30 million. After 10 years, that's $200 million. Just wasted. Is there time?
The Senate bill sets aside $350 million in taxpayer money for development of
Oh, Joe Warren. And there's a security alarm. Matthew, that's the mayor. The sleeping gas must have knocked him out. We need to get into the station before he wakes up. I'll take the mayor, Matthew, but you've got to disable this alarm now. Yes, before the hideout goes on lockdown. Let's crack that password quick, Matthew.
Affordable everyday style and comfort, ideal for the whole family to love.
Got it. Matthew, you disabled the alarm before it locked down the Ad Astra hideout. Now we can inspect the place properly and then go interrogate the mayor.
small footprint. We should go to Michael 22. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. Project Footprint invites you to take small steps to reduce the collective carbon footprint.
So we got the first star. We're not going to get the second one, but sure would be nice. Got it. Broken glass and soda can.
There are more than 400,000 foster care kids in the U.S. When you donate to Mattress Firm Foster
And
Kids,
got it.
like new school supplies, shoes, pajamas, clothes, toys, and money, you provide a hope for a better future.
Matthew, this is some hideout. Looks like the Ad Astras wanted to live in style while practicing their superpowers. There are no more Ad Astrans here, but do you think this broken glass could be important? Alright, let's reassemble it.
Residents and business owners in Chinatown are
Got it. Matthew, the sleeping gas is now dissipated, so we can take our gas masks off. Look, that broken glass is one of those newfangled electric writing boards. Oh, wow. Is that Fornax written on it? That's Julia Bryant's code name. Those numbers above Fornax are like a set of coordinates. Coordinates of where Julia Bryant is hiding. Let's get these numbers straight to the lab.
And surely we don't want to just disregard that as well. It's been a cold week so far. Another cool one. Already in the 60s.
It's 12 hours. And let's talk to Joe Warren. Okay, Matthew, we've got to talk to the mayor, but how do we make sure he doesn't use his powers on us? Don't worry, I surrounded his cell with an electromagnetic scrambling device, so his telekinesis will be useless. Excellent. Let's interrogate the mayor, Matthew. Oh, my head. I feel worse than when I eat crab by mistake. Wait, Senior Trooper Matthew? Is that you? Where am I? We found your hideout, Mayor, and you're in custody. Don't bother with your superpower. Your cell's surrounded by a scrambling device, so you won't be able to attack us. Alright, you win, but don't think that I'm going to snitch on my friends and tell you where to find them. Well, we already know where Christian Bateman's murdered corpse is, in the morgue. Christian was murdered? I knew I should have stopped him. Stopped him from what? Leaving the hideout. I said it was a bad idea, and now he's dead. And now you will be leaving your cell anytime soon.
Somebody else so much.
So we'll let the Fornax coordinates run its course. I'll see you when that's done. Okay, we have come back, and let's get the results of the Fornax coordinates. Matthew, Kathy's got a lot on her plate, so I'm helping her out. Alright, Alex, what have you got on those coordinates for Julia Bryant, aka Fornax? They mark the location of a tiny farmhouse in Springfields. And the house's title deeds belong to the Bryant family. Bryant? Matthew, it seems increasingly likely that Julia Bryant is hiding out at this farmhouse. Let's go get her. And we better put our gas masks on so she can't poison us. Find and arrest her. Julia Bryant, hands up or we can see him. Gladly, except you won't like it. Won't we? Your poison won't infiltrate our masks. You're under arrest. Ugh! Why did I get such an easily defeated power? And look at me, holed up in this cow dung infested farmhouse. Why are you here instead of in the Ad Astra hideout? You also found our hideout? I couldn't stand being stuck in that claustrophobic trap for another second, Senior Trooper Matthew, so I came here. And what a nightmare. I nearly died from eating shrimp by mistake, and luckily I'm good at shooting, otherwise I'd have been killed by a rampant moose. Speaking of killing, are you aware that Christian Bateman has been murdered? No! It can't be! I had no idea! We'll find out how true that is. Meanwhile, we're taking you into custody. That's another Ad Astra under arrest, Matthew. After she's locked up, what's the next step? Back to the subway? All right. Let's see if we can do some good here. There we are. Faded key tag. Okay. Oh, and I still got the first star anyway. Gone back to the mountain goat. Look, Matthew, that's the Sarah logo on that key tag. Could the key be connected to former Sarah head Rosetta's mom, who's after the Ad Astrans? Let's recover the rest of what's written on the tag. And this helicopter helmet must have been taken from Bateman's chopper. We need a sample of that weird gunk on it. And I agree, we should see if anything's hiding in that cleaning cart. Sit tight, folks. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I got 4 of the 5 stars here. I'm going to do everything right now. Why did I not go for the last one? Well, I have my reasons. Something to sweeten the deal. Matthew, the message on the Sarah key tag says, something to sweeten the deal. What deal? And who is this key meant for? Maybe Ramirez can work it out. Let's send the key to him. Hours that would take. Time to examine that beige cream from Bateman's helicopter helmet more closely, Matthew. Got it. Freckle cream. Matthew, Matthew, that substance on the helicopter helmet is freckle cream for people with dark skin. Dark skin and freckles, that describes Rosetta perfectly. What was Rosetta doing with Bateman's helmet? Was she at the crime scene? We still don't know where Rosetta is, but Kathy traced the number. She won't be expecting our call. How'd you manage to contact me, Senior Trooper Matthew? That's not important. We know you were at Bateman's helipad. We found the helmet you took from him. I didn't lie. I did tell Christian not to buy the chopper, but when he did it anyway, I followed him to the helipad to stop him using it. He said he had everything ready for our escape. He'd even packed my shellfish allergy medication and favorite sharpshooting targets. But I refused to join him and we argued. I tore the helmet off his head and ran off to the subway station to try and stop him leaving. Do you really expect us to believe you gave up just like that? We know how stubborn you are. Believe what you want, Senior Trooper Matthew. I may have been at the helipad earlier today, but I didn't kill Christian. Cleaning card now. Gun. It's a gun. Matthew, someone threw a gun into the subway cleaning cart. Could this be the tranquilizer gun that was used to finish off Bateman? Rita will tell us. Hours. I'll see you when this is done. So for now, this is Matthew. See you later. Okay, everything is set. And let's get the results of the message on the key. Matthew, my childhood dream was to be an astronaut working for Sarah. But knowing how shady their former head is, I'm glad I ended up in law enforcement instead. Yes, and we're hoping your PI skills will help figure out what that Sarah key was for, Ramirez. This key opens a safety deposit box at Poots, an investment bank for the mega rich. And the Cashville box was created for Trudy Lively by an anonymous person. And what's more, the anonymous person matches Denise Daniels' description. What? So Daniels opened a deposit box full of cash for Trudy Lively to sweeten some deal? Lively had better come clean about her ties to the woman who's after the Ad Astrans. Trudy Lively, you're hiding more secrets than a confessional priest. You better explain this safety deposit box of yours from Denise Daniels. Look, a high-up person from Sarah recently contacted me anonymously, asking me to act against Bateman and his friends. As an incentive, they offered me the safety deposit box filled with cash. But my responsibility lies with my clients, so I refuse. Lively, we know you accepted a bribe to forge fake passports. Why wouldn't you take even more money? Bribes from clients are different. Also, Bateman looked pathetic last time I saw him, twitchy and unwell. Like after I had shellfish risotto. I couldn't betray him. And I may be the most accurate shooter in my gun club, but if you're implying I hurt Bateman, you're wrong. And now the gun. Matthew, that tranquilizer gun you found in the subway, it's your murder weapon. The dart left in Christian Bateman's body slots into the weapon perfectly. Nice one, Rita. Did the gun reveal anything else? Well, turns out there's only one place you can buy this gun, And that's why ordering it through Modern Hunter magazine, which means your perp reads it. So our murderer reads Modern Hunter. They must like killing animals as well as humans. What's that, Matthew? Eoin Caffrey was reading this magazine when we spoke to him. I'll add it to his profile. So far, Eoin Caffrey is in the clear. Matthew, Christian Bateman's murder has now unearthed all the surviving Ad Astrans. Both Mayor Warren and Julia Bryan are in custody after we smoked them out of their hiding places, and we stopped them from using their powers on us. We also placed Rosetta at the crime scene, which makes her highly suspect. Then there's Trudy Lively, whom Denise Daniels tried to bribe to go after the Ad Astrans for her. Who knows if she took the bait? There's still a lot of questions to be answered here, and Matthew, we just got a call from the police officers guarding the Ad Astra hideout. Someone tried to break in. Whoa. We're going to find out who that was in Chapter 3. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back. Let's start Chapter 3 of Reap What You Sow. This is where we last left off on. They caught Eoin Caffrey trying to break in. What? How did Caffrey even know where the place was? He gave the impression of not knowing anything about Bateman's Ad Astra dealings. Now we better talk to Caffrey, quick. Makes me wonder what case there might be that end of season kissing like we've seen with Alex and Kathy in Grimsboro the first time, Amy and Russell in Pacific Bay, Marina and Jonah in World Edition, and also DuPont, Charlie DuPont and Martine in or Madeline rather in Mysteries of the Past. Mr. Caffrey, you better explain why you tried to illegally enter a property, especially one linked to an ongoing murder investigation. I had to have the serum for myself. The serum Bateman used? How do you know about that? Come on, you didn't really think that I believed that Beatty Boy's freezing abilities came from some sort of gadget, do you? No one knows more about the latest technology than me. So after he tried to freeze me, I demanded he tell me how he did it. He finally admitted it was a serum, but that's all he'd say. I told Bateman I wanted to try it, but the selfish rotter refused, so I planted a bug on him which led me to the secret place of his. When I found out he was dead, I recklessly tried to find the serum, but you caught me before I succeeded. Well, let's hope tracking Bateman is all you did to him. For now, you're going into custody. Well, Matthew, that's all our suspects in custody apart from Rosetta. What a case. We need to get this crazy investigation wrapped up. So let's make another sleep at the Ad Astra hideout. The sleeping gas is gone, so we won't need our masks. Somebody else on Skype that I'm talking to, but I just finished that talk with him. Got it. This is one of those Dreamlife hologram devices, Matthew. Let's unlock it. And if you think this broken practice dummy needs reassembling, be my guest. I believe that's the second one I saw. Crypto message. You're getting notifications like that because yes, it is my birthday, starting tomorrow on Saturday the 16th of February. It'll definitely be way after that by the time I post this. You got that hologram device unlocked, Matthew. Let's press play. Julia, my therapist said it was safest to do this over hologram. The thing is, your intense attention is starting to annoy me. The way you stare at me with your cow eyes has to be unhealthy, so you'd better stop if you know what's good for you. Matthew, did we just see Bateman rejecting Julia Brine's advances? So Brine's feelings for Bateman were more than platonic. We need another word with her immediately. Alright, Miss Brine, we protected ourselves against your poison once again, so don't try anything. We've got questions about... Never mind that, let me out. I feel like a caged bird I saw in one of those Modern Hunter magazines Christian's lawyer lent me. Well, you should have thought of that before you decided to kidnap people. Tell us, how did you feel about Christian Bateman rejecting you? Oh, I was crazy about Christian. That dashing smile, those crisp polo shirts... But he didn't feel the same about me. He didn't even insult me by comparing me to dirty farm animals. Christian's the real reason I left the hideout, Senior Chipper Matthew. I couldn't bear to have that heartless monster in my sight. Now please go away. I think before I go on, maybe I better check it. Yep. Denise who? Oh, that one. Okay, so it was something like that. Okay, that's what I missed out on the last one. Okay. So now, examine the broken dummy. Got him. Is this just me, Matthew? Or was that dummy painted to look like Christian Bateman? What are all those strange shaped holes on the dummy? Let's ask Rita. Gotta be gunshot wounds. This is 9 hours. I'm gonna collect all the stars first. And I do plan to speed this up later, so sit tight, folks. Okay, we are back. I said I would speed this up, and I will. Rita, what's with this weird Bateman look-alike dummy? Looks like someone wanted to use Christian Bateman as target practice. And this dummy was the next best thing. But target practice using what? Look at the weird holes in it. Well, you'd be right in thinking that these holes are made using everyday objects rather than bullets from a gun. And they go seriously deep into the dummy, which means that only someone with superhuman strength could have thrown these objects at such a high velocity. You mean like someone with telekinetic powers, such as the mayor? Yes, that was my conclusion too, Matthew. It was the mayor who attacked this Bateman dummy with such force. So the mayor had it in for Bateman. He better explain himself. I can't believe you found a way to stop me using my power in this cell, Senior Trooper Matthew. We have skills too, Mayor. What's more, we found that target dummy you made of Bateman. We thought you Ad Athens were all bosom buddies, so why such anger towards your so-called friend? We were friends, but Christian's ego was out of control. It was always a competition with that arrogant jerk. Who had the bigger muscles, the most money, the better superpower? He was so furious when he found out how good my shooting skills were that he burned all my vintage Modern Hunter magazines. Yet here you are, still alive, while Bateman's body's lying in the morgue. Are you sure your anger didn't get the better of you? Look, I was miffed at Christian, but it was just a petty quarrel. So why would I kill him? Matthew, it appears that all of Christian Bateman's friends had a beef against him, but which one was angry enough to murder him with an animal tranquilizer? We know now that Julia Bryan was obsessed with Bateman, but he wasn't having any of it. Meanwhile, the mayor was fed up with Bateman's ego, and Eowyn Caffrey knew the truth about the superhuman serum and wanted in. There's only one thing left to do: take a final look around the scene of the crime. Let's head to the helipad, Matthew. Got it. Matthew, the indentation in that case matches the shape of our murder weapon. Let's collect those black fibers left in the case. And we better rifle through that bag of helicopter accessories. Matthew, we've got Bateman's killer in our crosshairs, so let's solve these final clues fast. Got it. Easy 9 energy right there. Let's send these fibers from the gun case straight to Amir, Matthew. Got it. tranquilizer darts, with one missing. Matthew, the bag of chopper accessories had a bunch of tranquilizer darts hiding in it. And the darts look exactly like the one Bateman was shot with. They've got to belong to the killer. We should send the darts to Amir, see if he can spot anything interesting on them. Alright, I'll see you guys when these two are done. Okay, we are back. Let's get the results of the dart fibers and let's put a killer behind bars. Matthew, those fibers on the tranquilizer gun case, they weren't actually black. They were just wet from the rain. Okay, so what color were they and what does that tell us? Dark blue, Matthew, and they were a cotton blend used in clothing. Which means your killer's wearing something in this shade. Our killer's clothes may be as blue as the night sky, Matthew, but they'll soon be swapping them for prison orange. Okay, gotta take my time with this. Because I think there's at least a couple of people, a couple of suspects that are in dark blue. Matthew, those darts you sent through, I can confirm that they match the dart that was used to murder your victim. And while handling the darts, the killer left tiny shards of Ebola and clear epoxy on the darts. Ebola, epoxy, sounds like nasty diseases to me. Actually, they're materials used to make lapel badges, which means your killer will be wearing one. So the badge marks the spot where when it comes to Bateman's killer, Matthew. Matthew, we got all the evidence to arrest Christian Bateman's killer. Catching them's bound to shed a light on the whole conspiracy. Okay. Nope, it's not Ewan Caffrey. No, it's not Trudy Lively. She doesn't have a badge on. And it's not Rosetta Pierre. In a minute. And it's not Julia Brine. What do you know? It's the former mayor, Joe Warren. Took my time, and I got it. Joe Warren, we've got you for the murder of Christian Bateman. Senior Trooper Matthew, my headache's coming back with all your baseless accusations. I already told you I had no reason to kill Christian. Oh yeah? Then why did the tranquilizer gun you used come from Modern Hunter, a publication you read? Surely you don't think I'm the one who reads this magazine. So, what were fibers from your navy blue blazer doing all over the gun case? Do you see any fraying on this expensive blazer, Senior Trooper Matthew? It's highly unlikely that I shed any fibers from it. Look, enough of your lies. We know it was you. You killed your friend. Oh heck, what have I got to lose at this point? Give me a moment, folks. Okay, there's some spit in my mouth, so I got it out. Fine, I confess. I killed Christian. Surely you didn't do it just because of his competitive streak. Of course not. It was all because of the serum. How exactly did the superhuman serum get in the way of your friendship? Oh, Senior Trooper Matthew, you can't imagine how exhilarating it was the moment we injected ourselves. Using our newfound powers in that confrontation with you, we never felt so invincible. But then the next day, we all felt horrendous. And when we tried our powers again, some of us started fainting, others having fits. At this point, we were all starting to get pretty alarmed. A apart from Christian, he was the only one who kept using his powers. And we could see that it was affecting Christian badly. In the end, he was having convulsions and became almost completely incoherent. So you're saying that the superpowers are affecting your health? Yes, but Christian wouldn't admit it. He insisted on getting that helicopter today, so I followed him. Wait, who's we? Who was with you? Was it Rosetta? We know she also went to the helipad. Darn it. Alright, yes, Rosetta came with me, and we took my tranquilizer gun in case anything went wrong. But when we found Christian, he was in excruciating pain. It was so bad that he begged us to kill him. It was horrible to see my friend like that, so the moment I got a clear shot of his heart, I pulled the trigger and put Christian out of his misery forever. Mr. Warren, what happened was tragic, but you brought all this on yourself. You're facing trial for Bateman's murder along with all the other crimes you've committed. I never thought I'd say this, but for reasons of telekinesis, we must hold this trial within the confines of this protected cell. Joe Warren, you've been charged with a number of crimes, but today we'll be dealing with only one of them, the murder of Christian Bateman. How do you plead? Guilty, but it was a mercy killing, Your Honor. Yes, my notes mention this serum business. I don't know how much about science, but in terms of law, euthanasia is not an acceptable defense in the U.S. Therefore, adding the penalty for this murder to that for all the other crimes you committed, this court sentences you to life imprisonment. So all my grand plans come to this. Matthew, I definitely didn't expect the mayor to claim to have killed Bateman as an act of mercy. Can it be true what he said? Was Bateman's power killing him? Are all the Ad-Astrans being killed by their powers? Well, Matthew, I already mentioned from examining the body that the powers were having a strange effect. And with further testing in this new information, I can confirm that the power gained from the serum was indeed destroying Bateman's blood cells. So does that mean all the Ad-Astrans are being killed by their powers? Yes, and it will be an agonizing end that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies. They clearly didn't know about this side effect when they took the serum, which raises a lot of questions. In any case, now we know where they've been hiding. We'll find out everything about them and their connection to Rosetta's mastermind mother. And I'll see you guys for Endgame 3-6. We're back. Let's start Endgame 3-6. Matthew, I never have imagined the murder of a psychopath like Christian Bateman would turn out to be an act of mercy. It seems the Ad-Astran superpowers are slowly killing them, which is why the mayor put Bateman out of his misery. I can't help but think it serves them right enough. Serves them right, though. Ad-Astra did, after all, kidnap my son and try to take over our city with their mind-altering drug. Yes, although they apparently weren't alone in all this, Rosetta's mother, Denise Daniels, has been working above the Ad-Astrans this whole time. I haven't got much sympathy for Rosetta, but didn't you find out in the previous investigation that her mother treated her like an experiment rather than a daughter? Yep, Rosetta was a test tube baby, and Daniels tinkered with her genes in a bid to create the perfect human. Given all that, you gotta wonder if Denise is behind the superhuman serum too. That might explain why the Ad-Astrans didn't know its full effects. But why wouldn't she have told them? Is this tied to her trying to kill them? And anyway, what's going on with that? That's what we've got to find out, Matthew. Let's search the Ad-Astra hideout for answers. Matthew, before you head out, can I talk to you and Rita? Alright, Matthew, why don't you talk to Amir with Rita and then join me to examine the Ad-Astra hideout? So, Amir, what did you want to talk to us about? Love, Rita. Can't say I know much about love, but okay, shoot. Well, Matthew, we're living in precarious times, and who knows whether we're still going to be alive one day to the next. So I decided to seize the moment and propose to Jasper. Ooh. Oh, wow, that's fantastic news, Amir. Thank you, but I need your help. I want to make Jasper a ring from his favorite metal, Bokrix, but I've no idea where to find any. I've heard of Bokrix. It's lightweight but tough, which is why it's often used in equipment on luxury aircraft. Luxury aircraft? Matthew, didn't your latest case involve Christian Bateman's swanky helicopter? Could we get Bokrix from there? Definitely, if you handle the paperwork to authorize us taking it, Matthew. If you authorize us taking it, Matthew and I will search the chopper for Bokrix. I'll even front the money for the cab. Excuse me. Okay, Bateman's chopper. There we go. Matthew, it says Rosetta Pierre, a shining star, on the cover of this pile of bound papers. Learning about Rosetta might also shed light on why and when her mother turned against her. Let's reveal what else is written here. Matthew, this seems to be Rosetta's autobiography, where she reveals her deepest secrets and doesn't hold anything back. There's got to be something about Denise Daniels in here, seeing as she's her mother. Let's get the memoir to Gabriel for analysis. Okay, let's do this. Got it. Matthew, there might be some Bokrix fittings in this box of helicopter equipment. Let's open it. Got it. Matthew, this is a compass. It looks expensive. There could definitely be boat cricks in it. Let's send the compass to Amir and see if he can extract enough metal to make the engagement ring of Jasper's dreams. This is also 6 hours. So I'll see you guys when both of these are done. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Okay, we are back, and let's get the results of the compass first from Amir and get this over with. 1 ring to marry them all. Look, Matthew, I extracted the boat cricks from the compass, and Rita helped me forge it. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, now it's time to propose to Jasper. I've asked him to meet me at our favorite restaurant in half an hour. I'm pretty nervous. Matthew, you couldn't come with me for moral support, could you? Sure, why not? Had a great way to celebrate my birthday. Hadn't seen a photo finish on the Dallas Supercross between Cooper Webb and Ken Roxon, and also UHY basketball team winning at home over Riverside for the first time in 3 meetings. Do you remember the first time we came here, Jazz? Of course, it's when we had our first kiss. Yes, it's just one of those countless wonderful memories I have of us, and I don't ever want our time together to end. Jasper Everett, will you marry me? Oh my God. Of course I will. This is the happiest day of my life. I'm gonna say you better say yes, Jasper. Wait, this ring, is it made from boat cricks? Yes, and I forged it myself with some help from Matthew. Oh, here, only you would have thought of it. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. And Matthew, you helped make this happen. So we want to thank you by buying you a hat for our wedding. Gabriel, were there any revelations in Rosetta's autobiography about why Denise Daniels turned against the Ad Astrans? Well, to start, judging from the watermark on the papers, Rosetta wrote her autobiography while in prison. And on the face of it, it's basically her gloating about her successes, but what's important is what's written between the lines. Matthew, it seems that Rosetta has spent her life trying and failing to impress her mother. Well, we know that Denise Daniels considered Rosetta a failed experiment, so she had her work cut out. Rosetta didn't seem to get that. She always held hope that one of her successes would gain her mother's approval. But although Rosetta became a genius entrepreneur with a network of powerful friends, Denise showed no interest in her achievements. Until the day the meteorite fell, that was when Denise suddenly approached Rosetta and asked her to build the dome. So the dome was Denise's idea from the start. Yes, and the mother-daughter relationship finally began to flourish from that point. Suddenly Daniels became a caring, attentive mother. But obviously the Sourhead was just using Rosetta to get her hands on that meteorite. And once the meteorite had been exploited, Rosetta must have outlived her usefulness, as one of Daniel's henchwomen said. But I still don't get why Daniels is hunting down the other Ad Astrans, or how it's related to the serum. Matthew, Rosetta might tell us. Let's try to reach her again. text on my phone earlier. Senior Trooper Matthew, I've got another friend dead, 2 in prison. So can't you just leave me alone to mourn in peace? Speaking of mourning, we know the superhuman serum you took is killing all of you. What we don't know is why your mother turned against you all. We found your autobiography, but look, I don't trust you. But if you've read that, you may as well know. My mother betrayed me, Senior Trooper Matthew. She manipulated me to get the serum. It was your mom's idea to create the serum, wasn't it? Yes, and she told me she was making it for me and my friends, so we'd become superhuman and rule the world. But then we found out that the serum wasn't meant for us at all. So who did Denise mean the serum for? Herself? She never said, but she kept us believing it was for us. And when she took over the dome after my arrest, she kept making excuses as to why I wasn't ready yet. Not long before he died, Lewis got fed up and went to investigate. And then, well, it's better if you see for yourself. Go find Lewis's camera, Senior Trooper Matthew. It's in our hideout. There's some food there too if you're hungry. Dartboard and flag garland. Got it. Matthew, Rosetta asked us to find LaRue's camera. Good idea. Maybe he stowed it in this locker. Let's take a closer look. Got it. And there it is. Almost the size of a GoPro. There was a Pro Ultra in the Ad Astra locker, Matthew. It's one of those newfangled camcorder type things. Do you think it's LaRue's camera Rosetta was talking about? Let's send it to Kathy to find out. Hours also, and I'll let this run its course, and I'll see if when this is done. See you later. Okay, camera just ran its course. Let's get the results from Kathy. Kathy, was that Pro Ultra we sent you Louis LaRue's? Yes, and it's a video diary of sorts made by him for Ad Astra in the days running up to his imprisonment and murder. Can't say I'd rather see the man who killed my Zoe again, but needs must. Put it on, Kathy. Okay, I just need to attach the selfie stick to my camera. Rosetta, Joe, everyone, I'm at the Dome. There are Sarah employees swarming around everywhere. Hope no one sees me. I'll report back as soon as I found the serum so Plan Supernova can go ahead. We'll rule the world yet, my friends. I got shocking news. The serum is not under the dome anymore. The lab where they were making the product is empty. Where the heck did Denise take it? She told us it was still being developed and wasn't ready. She's got to be lying to us. I'll need to dig deeper into Denise. Guys, you won't believe what I found. Denise has a secret lab miles from the dome, and... Wait, someone's coming. I gotta run. Denise is after me. She wants to stop me from telling you what I know. I stole some serum from the lab, but I don't know if we should use it because... Never mind, I'll explain when we meet. My phone's gone, but I'm close to the TV studio. I'll try to contact you from there. So LaRue, when investigating the superhuman serum, and ended up hunted by Denise Daniels? Yes, and clearly the hunt ended with him dead in his jail cell on Denise's orders. But before he died, he clearly must have managed to meet up with the other Ad Astrans and given them the serum he stole. This also explains why Daniels is hunting the other Ad Astrans. She didn't want them to have the serum. She even caught the Blackout trying to stall LaRue. LaRue seemed to question whether they should take the serum. Could he have already known it was dangerous? He also said the serum came from Denise's secret lab. Whatever and wherever that is. Matthew, we need to see if Rosetta knows more about this. Rosetta, we found LaRue's camera. What's all this about your mom's secret lab? Where is it? I never saw it for myself. Lewis ended up in jail before he could take us there. But what he said he saw, it was horrific. Don't ask me to repeat it. Hearing about it was enough. Anyway, Lewis told us he wanted to examine the serum further before we took it. But once he was killed, we had no choice. Why? What forced you to take it? LaRue was killed by one of my trusted people, who'd been turned by my evil mother. We knew then that we couldn't trust anyone. We injected ourselves with the serum so we'd have a fighting chance against my mother and her evil plans. This has Marina written all over from the World Edition. And Senior Trooper Matthew, I advise you to protect yourself too. My mother will stop at nothing, and if you've made an enemy of her, you're doomed. Matthew, have you seen Amir and Jasper? They look like they're walking on cloud 9 after their engagement. Yes, but unfortunately we won't have time to celebrate until we've dealt with the Denise Daniels problem. We now know that Daniels is hunting the Ad Astrans because they stole her superhuman serum, which apparently wasn't meant for them. We've also discovered that she's got a secret lab somewhere, and what Louis LaRue saw in it was horrific. But we have no idea where this lab... Matthew, sorry to barge in like this, but I've got something. Kathy sent me LaRue's video diary footage, and I recognized the alley he was standing in when he was talking about the secret lab. Which means I know where the lab is. Excellent. Matthew has telling me found out what horrific secrets Daniels is keeping in this lab. Let's go. That'll end it. I don't know if that's somebody we know in the next case. But I guess we'll find out on Thursday, looks like. Three more cases. 21st. Yes, that is a Thursday. There we go. Four new ones. Great. Getting a lot of rare stickers here. Okay. Ooh, nice. Oh, that's the one that Zoe was the killer, case 34. As I said, we are coming down to the end. Only 3 more cases in this district and in this series alone, in this return to Grimsboro. So I'll see you guys on February 21st. See y'all then.